Oh, I think New Zealanders also respect that I'm actually here to bring the skills that I've got from a previous life to actually sort things out and work our way through the mix.
But being in touch, answer the question.
Well, I think I am in touch.
51% of people say you're out of touch.
Well, I just say to you, I think I am, because I'm out and about talking to New Zealanders. I've done that right from when I've come to politics. It's been a belief system of mine. If you don't talk to the customer, to the public, to the people, the voters, and actually find out what...
Yeah, I saw your face, Joey. You'd like to speak to that for 2 seconds before we keep going?
Customer?
We'll come back to that, shall we? That's the exact point. We'll come back to it.
If you don't talk to the customer, to the public, to the people, the voters, and actually find out what their concerns are, and their concerns have been really played back, and we're delivering against those.
It's interesting you use that word, though, eh? You just used the C word, customer.
Well, just because of my background of it, when you've lost, when a business has lost...
Do you need to ditch that a little bit?
Well, I would say...
just talk a little bit more normally. Because you went straight to the customer, right?
Well, I was referencing with respect to my past background in business, right?
I know.
And in
but
politics,
you're the Prime
it's the
Minister
same
of New
principle.
Zealand.
It's the principle that's transferable, which is that if you lose touch with the people, you actually don't have a sense or a feel of what they need you to deliver for them. And I've been very
that's our point.
right from coming to politics, that I get out of Wellington as quickly as I possibly can, and I get out and meet with people. But let's be clear, I'm not a career politician, and yes, I use...
What does that mean?
Well, it means that I come from a different background, right?
One where you have customers, not voters.
That I've had to learn Parliament very quickly. I've come through very quickly, as you well know.
Yeah.
I'm the fastest person to get from entering politics to being Prime Minister.
But
it means that I come with a different set of skills, and it means that I'm also not going to be perfect in my answers. And yes, I need to work harder on less corporate speak, but that's who I have been.
Naturally, that's who you are, though, eh?
Well, that's who I've been for 30 years, and that's the experience. And the cool thing is that people from different experiences can bring that to Parliament.
Okay, so a lot of people would have seen that, and it kind of went past them, and they were a bit like, "Oh, I get it. He's worked in business." However, this is the thing, right? And this is the issue. One of the issues with Christopher Luxon. He sees us, the skills are transferable, he said. He sees us as customers. No, we're your employers. We're actually your boss. We actually employ the politicians. We are the opposite of customers. We are the ones that give you a job. We are your bosses. And I think the penny's starting to drop a little bit when we go, you can't run the country like a business. We are not fucking customers. We are your employers. Is that the right one? Employees? Yeah, employers. And you better get your head around that real quick if you don't want to stay quite so out of touch. Chewy.
Oh, look, there's been examples even here in Dunedin how his line of getting out there and talking to people is a bunch of bullshit. He's not talking to anyone. He's going from managed event to managed event. If he wanted to talk to people, if he wanted to build bridges, he would have spoken to the Dunedin hospital campaigners when he was in Dunedin last week.
Yeah.
Instead, he snuck in the back door like he was ashamed of something. He wanted to avoid those people. Hashtag backdoor Luxon. And the only interaction that he's got with a customer of his down here is me shouting at him in the car park. Now,
like
that's not a free and free. Yeah. Because he hasn't answered my email. It's a fundamental thing. Like he boasted of how quick he moved from the private sector to the public sector.
Yeah.
How quick he's got into the hot seat. He's selling that as a plus. To me, I just point out what I've always pointed out about him. He is not good at this.
Yeah.
He does not have the skill set.
Yeah.
He's got a completely different one. I don't want to hear from my plumber that he's the quickest to get here. I want to hear that he's the best. I want him to listen to what the problem is that I want him to fix, rather than him sneaking in my back door. I know what I just said, and deciding what he wants to do. It's not the plus that he thinks it is. This whole thing that these titans of business all think is that one of the good things about it is that they're not good politicians. It is not a plus when you are doing a politics.
Here's now a criticism for the left. And I'm looking primarily at Labour and the Greens. We can put Te Pāti Māori in there as well. and perhaps it's one of the things, because what's happening in America at the moment is slogan campaign. One thing said on Monday, on Tuesday, there's an advertising campaign for it. This idea of him thinking that we're customers should have been blasted all over social media the next day. Like, I should be going today. Oh yeah, he did say it yesterday, but look, the Greens have done really well getting out and trying to point this out. No one's pointing it out. It's really, if you stop and think about, incredibly disrespectful to compare us to people that he provides a product to. You think what a customer is. A business has a product, they have a shiny widget, they wrap it up really nice, doesn't matter the quality of it, they make a margin on it, and they sell it off to suckers. That's us. They're selling their shit off to suckers.